Stand still, will you? I am. It looks quite good.
Come here, let's have a look at you. Who did this?
Daddy, do we have to go to a posh school?
You're not going, you're only going to have a look.
If we don't like it, can we come home?
Of course you can. Where's your mum?
Making the beds.
She would be just because I want to go to bed.
Alan. Alan.
Sam. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. Yeah, that's better. Have you made our bed?
I'm washing the sheets.
Marie, love, I'm on nights. I want to go to bed.
I know. Well, you can go under the quilt, can't you?
I can, but it's just not fair.
Oh, stop moaning, George.
Why are these pair dressed up like a dog's dinner?
In case you'd forgotten, I'm taking the kids to their new school today.
I hadn't forgotten, but I just don't think they ought to be tugged up like this. It makes it seem like it's something special.
It is something special. It's their interview. All right, you're that overworked, you don't know what day it is.
I just think that it's wrong.
What's wrong about it?
It's wrong because we haven't made up our minds properly yet, have we?
I have, George. If they get through the interview, they're going to private school. They're going to get a good education.
I don't want to argue about this, Marie, but we haven't come to a positive decision yet, have we?
Did we have to go?
Yes.
Oh, Mum.
Never mind, oh, ma'am, you're going.
Dad, I don't want to go. I don't, Dad.
I know you don't. Look, you're only going to have a look at it. If you don't like it, you don't have to stay there, all right? Nobody's going to make you do anything you don't want to do. I bet you'd rather go to the normal school with normal kids, wouldn't you?
Like Damon Grant?
What's this about normal school? Don't you want the best for your kids?
I want them to grow up like I did, enjoy their teens.
And where's it got you, eh, George? Do you want them coming in at 10 in the morning, having worked all night?
Just don't want them changing, that's all. I don't want...
Don't want what, George?
The likes of the Collins lad. I mean, it's not right for us.
Well, we're staying here with our dad. Yeah, I'm not going to any posh school.
Sam, I feel like I'm dreaming.
You're awake, are you?
What are you doing here?
Don't you remember?
Remember what?
I brought you home. The policeman and the car.
Oh, my God. Where is the car? What happened to it?
Where did you leave it?
God knows.
We'll think about that later. How do you feel?
Oh, dog rough.
Do you want some breakfast?
I feel like I'm dreaming.
You look like a nightmare.
I must have been off my head.
That sounds like a fair description. When I appeared on the scene, you were inside a panda car.
Did they take my name? I mean, you know, have I been arrested for anything?
No. I took responsibility for you. Do you want anything to eat?
Just black coffee, love. I think that's about the only thing I could keep down. I feel sick, not hungry.
Right.
Sam.
Yes?
Thanks a lot, love.
For what?
Saving my neck.
Oh, Alan, you are stupid.
I know.
Marie?
What are you playing at?
I don't like it. It goes against my principles.
You two go on, I'll catch it up. You're acting like a big kid.
Am I? Well, at least I'm sticking to my principles.
And I'm not.
After all what you said about Petra's money.
Our Petra would have wanted the best for them too, and you know that.
Would she?
Oh, go to bed, George, and sort yourself out.
I am going to bed.
Oh, you're useless when you're on nights, you are.
Am I? Well, you want to try it sometime?
I'll see you later.
What's for dinner?
I'll sort that out when I come back. Get in! Hey! You two put them on this minute.
I've been in a mess, Sam, since you went. I just didn't seem to be able to make anything work. I'm not lucky that way. Some people are dead lucky, but I'm not.
I don't know, Alan. You're lucky in some ways. You're lucky to have me here now.
A lot of things have changed, Sam. On the close, that is.
Why? What's happened?
What hasn't happened? I tried to do young Gordon Collins a favour.
Yes?
Well, it was him who told me he'd seen you down at the festival. Anyway, one thing led to another, and I got accused of trying to steal one of his programmes. I'm not that kind of bloke, Sam. Then heading across next door, she seemed to think I was becoming some kind of alcoholic monster. I'll tell you what, Sam, I became a recluse. Nobody'd talk to me.
And I'm to blame for all that.
I didn't mean that, Sam.
But I am, aren't I, Alan? Even indirectly.
Well, when young Gordon said he'd seen you, I tried to think what to do for the best. I tried to make myself not go to the festival. I wanted to see it, but not you.
Bet you wish you'd stopped at home.
No. Just wish I hadn't had quite so much to drink.
Is this it?
Yeah?
It's too old. I'm not going in there.
You're going in.
I'm not going. I'm going home.
Come on, come with me. Move. Move.
Mrs. Jackson.
Yes, how do you do?
Would you like to bring your sons into my office? Step into the breach, as they say?
Come on, you two.
Once more into the breach for Hal in England. Isn't that the quote?
I don't know.
You know, it's really nice to see you again, Sam.
Well, I'm afraid this isn't anything special.
Oh, that'll be okay.
How have you managed with your cooking?
Oh, fine.
You haven't starved, then?
No, no. Mind you, it's a good job I like baked beans, I can tell you.
What about work?
What about it?
Have you been busy?
Well, actually, it's been a bit thin on the ground, but it'll pick up. Mind you, that's the business, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you, done much cooking in Los Angeles?
No.
I thought not. I'm only joking, mate.
Now, have you both had a good look around the school?
Yeah,
And what is your impression of what you've seen?
it's posh.
They like it. They said so when we were looking round.
I see.
They're both very interested in coming here.
Have either of you done any French or German before?
You what?
Yeah? Yeah, they both have at the first school.
Huh? And did you enjoy it?
It was all right.
Well, Mrs. Jackson, I think the best thing we can do now that we've had a little chat is to pass on to the test.
What test?
The written examination test. All our boys have to take it. It's nothing out of the ordinary.
Is it hard?
No, it's stretching, but it's perfectly reasonable for students of this age.
And if they pass, they're in.
Yes?
And if they fail, they're out.
It's not that dramatic, I assure you.
Right, come on, you two. Now do your best.
Yes, ma'am. Come on.
Right, there we are. Now, absolutely no conferring.
Oh, what?
Cheating.
Oh. How many do we have to answer?
All of them. Mrs. Jackson, I wonder if you'd care to wait in the attic room.
What's it about?
Oh, there's some French, German, English comprehension and some algebra on the first page.
Oh, work.
And general knowledge on the second.
Second? I'm going to be here all day.
Who is it?
It's me, Harry.
What the hell do you want?
You haven't got a plunger to lend us, have you? The sink's blocked.
I am on nights, you know.
Well, I'm sorry if I got you out of bed, but if you let's have a plunger, I'll go straight back home.
Hold on, I'm coming down. Come in.
You're the latest scandal. She's back.
Who?
Samantha Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible commotion on the close last night.
Oh, aye.
Far as I could see, he was legless.
Who, Partridge?
Did you see him?
Now, how can I see him? I was working.
Did you miss his in?
No, why?
Well, maybe she might have saw something.
You sure you've just come here for a plunger?
Tricky thing, Sinks.
Well, I'm not doing it for you.
Where is Marie? Out shopping?
No, she's taking the kids for a test.
Were they poorly?
No, it's a school test.
Oh.
She wants them to go to a private school. And I'm not so keen, it goes against my principles.
You take a tip from me, George. Give them the best you can, no matter what it costs. I mean, look at my lad, Kevin. He's done well in education.
Yeah, I know, but I can't see my two at private school, can you, Harry?
No, I can't, now as you come to mention it.
Well, it's not that they're thick, they're not.
No.
It's not that Marie's thick, she knows how many beans make 5.
You and Marie been arguing about it, have you?
No, not really.
Don't like women that fight all the time.
They're both married to strong-willed women, Harry.
Hey, is this it?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Does Marie always get the best of the argument when you're arguing?
Well, it's give and take marriage, isn't it?
Yeah, they give it and you sit back and take it.
Well, there's no tea on the table and no clean socks in the drawer, eh?
You've got to draw the line somewhere.
Have you got something on your mind, Harry?
No, but life can't be peaches and cream all the time, can it?
Nope.
Turned up sums for Alan Partridge. He was on another planet by the looks of him.
I thought he'd got over it.
I bet she got more than she bargained for when she got him home.
Well, he'd be pleased to see her. He was broken-hearted, poor fella.
I'd never let it get to me like that.
Edna's not been messing you about, has she, Harry?
As if.
You still haven't told me what brought you back to England.
No,
Well, what happened to Los Angeles?
nothing really.
Oh, come on, Sam. Los Angeles? I thought it was supposed to be dreamland.
So did I.
And it wasn't, eh?
No,
So, that's why you came back.
I suppose so.
Just didn't like it, eh?
Put it this way, it wasn't what I expected.
Oh, I see. The streets weren't paved with gold after all.
I didn't seem to fit in. I thought I would.
Well, I must confess, I thought you'd be in your element. The old high life. I mean, you've always liked that style of life.
I did over here.
Well, I suppose things are different over there. Everything's faster. Fast food, fast cars, fast business. Whereas here, I mean, everything's more civilized and gentlemanly.
There were other reasons for coming back.
Oh, I see.
I was lucky to get the job at the garden festival.
Yeah.
Wasn't exactly what I dreamed of, though.
Well, life isn't a dream, is it, Sam?
No, and somehow, Alan, you always have the ability to make everything seem so down to earth.
Well, that's what I am. I'm a down-to-earth bloke.
Who's involved with computers.
Yeah, but that's the skill. I mean, I don't get carried away to other planets every time I do a program. I keep my feet firmly planted on planet Earth.
You'd hate America.
Well, you don't have to tell me that, love. I know. I'll get it. How do,
Alan.
Gordon?
Hiya.
Come in, lad.
Hello again.
Hiya.
Well, sit down, Gordon.
No, I'm okay, thanks.
Go on, take the weight off your feet.
Well, actually, I only came to apologise.
For what?
For my dad.
Why?
Well, he was the one who rang the police last night. I just wanted to let you know it was all a mistake.
Well, we all make mistakes. My biggest one was having too much to drink last night. You should have seen the state of me this morning.
Anyway, I thought I'd better apologise, especially after what happened last time.
Do you fancy a brew?
Yeah, all right, then if you're making one, don't make one specially.
Oh, aye, I'll make one. Do you fancy one, Sam?
Now listen, I'll make it.
No, I'll make it, love. You stay here, eh?
Come on, Gordon, come and sit down.
Right. Well, didn't think I'd see you again.
No.
It's a good job you turned up last night, you know. I didn't know what to do.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit confused.
Well, that policeman asked me if I'd be responsible for him, but I couldn't, you know. I didn't know what to do.
He's been in that state quite a lot, hasn't he?
It's funny, you know, when you think about it.
I don't think Alan felt funny this morning.
Oh, hangover, eh?
I think he thought it was more like an air raid.
Won't be a minute, love. Just taking the rubbish out.
Alan hasn't changed. Always told me everything he was doing.
What's it like seeing him again?
It's different somehow. I wish he hadn't got drunk.
Well, you know why he got drunk, don't you?
Yeah.
I suppose it was, you know, going down to the festival and seeing you with other blokes and that. Just set him off. There's been some pretty bad scenes while you've been away. When Alan gets drunk, he really gets drunk.
I wish I could stop it.
Maybe you can?
Hey, Alan. She's back, then.
Samantha? Yeah.
You're a lucky so-and-so.
How do you mean?
How many women have you got?
Look, you've got me all wrong, H.
I would have helped you myself last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, only Edna was tired. I couldn't carry a big fella like you up here now, could I?
No, I suppose not.
Does she know about the other one, does she?
Look, what exactly are you getting at, Harry?
Does she know about Liz?
Look, Liz is all finished, right?
Thought Samantha was.
Well, that remains to be seen, mate.
On second thoughts, I wouldn't like to be in your shoes.
Why not?
Because you've got too many skeletons in your cupboard, haven't you?
I don't know what it is, but we just don't seem to be able to make it up.
Make it up to who, Gordon?
To my dad.
Oh.
It's not just the generation thing, you know. It's my mum and dad's marriage. It's always strained. They're never happy. They're making me unhappy.
I'm sure they're happy in their own way.
No, they're not. Not really, since that Tate affair.
What's that when it's at home, then, Gordon?
My dad and Mrs. Tate. I don't think it ever came to anything, but, you know.
You don't have to tell us, Gordon. It's none of our business.
Well, that's why I feel like I do about marriage.
Why, what do you mean?
Well, actually, that's what I always admired about your relationship. You had the strength of commitment not to get married, but to stay together till it didn't work out anymore. Well, that's what I think a relationship should be about.
I'm not sure I agree with you.
No, no, me neither.
But you've got to admit, though, marriage is a dead institution, isn't it?
It can be. Make a wish.
I know what I wish, Alan.
You've got to admit, though, I mean, marriage is unnatural, isn't it?
Unnatural?
Yeah, I mean, two people swearing to love and cherish each other till death do us part, all that.
Be a lonely place without marriage.
See, as people get older, they need company. I mean, everybody needs somebody.
Yes.
Anyway, you obviously don't agree with me. But based on the evidence in our house, marriage is right out for me.
You might have to eat those words.
Anyway, I'll best be off, I think.
Stay if you like.
Well, no, it's all right. I've got some work to do.
Working on a new program, are you, then?
No, it's school stuff. Anyway, I'll see you, Alan. See you, Sam.
Bye, Gordon.
Bye. See ya. Strange ideas coming from young Gordon.
He'll grow out of them.
Well, I thought for a minute you might have agreed with him.
No.
Oh,
No. I still believe in marriage, really.
so do I.
It's a bit ironic, really.
Yeah, suppose it is.
Jet lag is caused because the body's natural rhythms and patterns have been disrupted.
We're back.
So I see.
Have you had some dinner?
No, I thought I'd wait till you got back. Love.
Thanks.
Definitely not a type.
Well, aren't you going to ask how we got on?
Don't have to.
Give it over.
Why not?
Because as soon as you came in, my two lads came and sat beside me to tell me how horrible it was, didn't you, lads, eh? Come on, tell your dad how you hated all them push kids.
Go on. Tell your dad what you thought about the school.
Well, come on, that's settled it, hasn't it? You two don't want to go there.
No, we liked it. I like the school dinners the best. Yeah, and it looks dead spooky. We can have a laugh if we get in.
Hey, You're not going there for a laugh, you're going there to work. Now, you did do well in them tests, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We both tried our hardest, but we just couldn't understand the foreign languages. So we left them bits out.
Sounds like they've done really well, Marie.
Yeah, doesn't it, George?
That's right. Oh, a fortnight will give me plenty of time. Yeah, I'm very interested. Kuwait, eh? Yeah. No. That'll be fine. Right. And thank you. Hey, guess what, Sam? Guess what?
What's the matter?
Well, I've just been offered a job in Kuwait.
Great.
Well, I've just been offered a contract out of the blue. I don't believe it. I mean, that sort of thing doesn't happen to me.
You're taking it?
Oh, yeah. I've already accepted it. Fantastic! Way! Kuwait! Wondrous! Don't you think so, Sam? Absolutely wondrous.
Yes.
Oh, what's wrong, Sam?
Nothing.
Well, aren't you pleased?
Yes.
Hey, it's incredible, don't you think so?
Just seems sad, that's all.
Sad? How do you mean?
Well, I've just come back from America, and you're going away.
Oh, I've got to take this one, Sam. I'd be a fool not to.
I know that, Alan. I know that.
Hey, I don't suppose...
What?
Well, I know it sounds like a daft idea, but you could come with us. If you wanted to, that is. I mean, say you had nothing better to do.
I don't think the company would be too keen.
But I would.
It's nice of you to ask.
Hey, and I couldn't get drunk anymore. I mean, there's no drinking allowed out there. Mind you, I'd need some other form of distraction.
Alan.
Well, if you hadn't run off at the wedding, just think what we could have been up to in a week or two.
It won't happen again. I promise.
You what?
I do. I promise. Why do you think I came back?
In that case, I wonder if you wouldn't mind marrying me for real.
No. I wouldn't mind at all.
Look, I can't, Sheila.
10 minutes isn't going to make any difference.
I should have been there half an hour ago, shouldn't I?
What am I going to tell Matty and Teresa?
Tell him the truth. I've had an urgent phone call. He'll understand.
Bob, the man's up in court. He's banking on you for support.
There's others banking on me. There's 300 people there waiting redundancy notices.
He's your friend.
Yeah, well, he'll understand, won't he?
Money.
What?
We're supposed to be lending them some money.
Well, I've got no cash.
Well, can't you go to the bank?
I haven't got time. Can't you go?
They'll be here in 10 minutes.
Where's the checkbook, Sheila?
In the house.
Well, that's great, that is.
What?
Terry.
The capital of Iceland.
What's he done?
It's what he hasn't done.
Come on.
You were supposed to take me for a driving lesson.
Come on, the capital of Iceland.
Reykjavik.
Nearly.
That's right.
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik. It's pronounced Reykjavik.
Well, Reykjavik in English, Reykjavik in Icelandic, right?
Reykjavik, Marie. It's pronounced Reykjavik in any language.
Well, pronouncing's not everything. If they asked me that in the quiz, I'd still get a point for it, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you'd get a point, all right, and you make a fool of yourself as well.
Right, that's it then.
What?
I'm not going.
I'll take you for a lesson if you fancy.
Would you? Hey,
Yeah, we're doing nothing Saturday, are we?
what about the quiz?
You've just said you're not going.
Well, I've changed my mind, haven't I?
Well, we'll be back in time for that, then.
Are you sure you don't mind, George?
No, come here.
Well, that's charming, that is. When you're not sliding down the pole in the fire station, you're drinking yourself to death in the Swan, or you're fast asleep in the bed. Just when we can spend a few hours together, you're off out.
Oh, come on, will you, Shay?
I couldn't find it.
I know they'll be tearing their hair out down there, won't they? What date is it?
10th. How do we know he's got a bank account?
Well, I'll leave it open, all right.
Hey, Alan Partridge's bungalow's for sale. Did you know?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, love. These domestic affairs of ours must be very boring for you.
Oh, behave, will you, Shay?
Can't. See you, love.
See you.
Hi. Aya. Sheila. Guess what?
Alan's leaving. He's leaving?
Yes.
Where's he off to?
Kuwait. He's been offered a job over there.
Is he going on his own?
I hope not. I'm pretty sure they can take wives over there.
Wives?
Yes.
Oh, Sam! Hey, that's fantastic.
It's great.
Oh.
All this messing. How long have we been married?
40 years. It seems like a lot longer.
40 years, and I've never seen a spread like it.
We had it like this when Heather and Alan came.
No, we never. You'd think the Queen was coming instead of just Ralph and Grace.
Oh.
And what's this?
What's it look like? A tin of milk?
They're only coming for the midday meal.
Ralph likes this wine.
He drinks brown bitter.
Not with a meal, he doesn't. He drinks this. Australian white.
How do you know all this?
Glasses.
Come on, how do you know?
He mentioned it.
When?
Oh, I don't know when. The door. Oh, come on in.
Thanks, Edna.
You might as well throw that down the sink. He drinks brown bitter.
All right, H.
All right, Alan.
You expecting company, then?
Aye, the Queen.
It's just some friends of ours, Alan.
Oh, well, I'll not keep you long. I've got a short announcement to make. Now then, are you ready for this?
We can't wait.
Harold.
Well, me and Sam, we're going to get married.
What?
A week on Saturday.
Oh, Alan!
Hey. I can see I'll have to ditch Sam and run off with your Edna.
Oh, Harold, they're getting married.
1,000 condolences, mate.
I knew you'd be over the moon, H.
Oh,
Where are you going?
to see Marie.
Sachi and Sachi after that. More people will get to know the news at 10.
Oh, I like 'em that way. Women who keep secrets are no good, H.
Aye.
I can't see it happening, Edna.
You mean?
Well, you know what they say. If it can happen once, it can happen twice.
Oh, surely not.
Jilted. Left at the altar with nothing but a carnation to tickle his fancy.
Oh, she couldn't do it to him twice.
Oh, couldn't she?
No.
Do you want a bet?
6 to 4, the wedding takes place.
Right. Edna.
Yeah.
She never told me, you know. Samantha. She told Sheila Grant and the Collinses and Heather, but she never told me.
Oh, she never told me. Alan told us.
He never told me.
Oh, well, he will. He's in the house with Harold.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh.
Yeah?
Don't say anything about the bet.
No.
See ya.
See ya.
Oh.
Yeah?
Did you hear about the private school?
No, not yet. But it'll be all right. My kids are bright.
Yeah. See ya.
See ya.
CH. You still got time to change your mind, you know.
Get off. How do, Edna?
Alan, go and tell Marie.
Well, you've just told her, haven't you, love?
I know, but you should tell her and all.
What's the point in him going over there if you've just told her?
Oh, Harold.
Oh, get off.
Please, Alan, it'll do her all the good in the world.
Well, I don't bother much with Marie, love.
Oh, please, Alan.
Oh, all right, then. See ya.
I don't know why you're bothering. She'll probably leave him at the altar anyway.
Oh, Harold.
Get off.
Hiya.
Hi, she.
Where is she?
Oh, hang on a minute. Alan, congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Sheila, love.
He's getting married, we hope.
Eh?
Last time she stood him up at the altar.
It's the same woman.
She wouldn't do it twice.
Where is she?
I'm sorry, Matty, he can't come.
Ah, that's nice, isn't it?
Something's come up with Bright's engineering. He's had to go down there.
Well, what's going to happen to me?
Oh, you need Bobby Grant to hold your hand, do you?
Oh, you behave, you.
It couldn't be out, love. Here, he sent you
Oh,
this.
Tashi.
What's that?
It's a cheque.
Well, we haven't got a bank account.
He's left it open. You can pay it straight into the court.
He said he was going to give us a lift.
Well, we can get the bus.
Listen, the bus will take half a day, and I've got to be at that court in half an hour.
Come on, we'll get a taxi.
I suppose he's left a cheque for that, has he?
Matty, for Christ's sake.
Matty, for Christ's sake, a cheque. He wrote us a cheque.
What are you playing at?
Do you know what that makes us?
No.
Nobodies.
You're wrong, Matty.
He couldn't spare a bit of time to see us, but he could write a cheque to get us out of his hair.
That's not what it was. He couldn't get to the bank.
He couldn't get to the bank.
It's been like a raving lunatic all week, she.
Come on, love.
Grace couldn't make it.
What a shame.
Where's this little cracker of yours then, Harry, eh? Hey, you wouldn't think she was 35 years old, would you?
36.
I brought this for you, Edna. It's your favourite.
Oh, you've remembered. Oh, thank you. Where's Grace?
Oh, she couldn't come. She's not too well.
Ah.
She gets like that now and again, but one of the neighbours is keeping an eye on her. My God, eh? You've really pushed the boat out here, haven't you? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Australian white. Yes. Australian.
I'll pay.
I'll pay, Sheila.
Let me pay, please.
I'll pay, Sheila. Right. Hey, Allah.
Thanks a lot, Pat.
What are you going to say in there?
You know quite well what I'm going to say.
Matty, you've got a family.
So what? I can't keep you anyway. So let them lock me up, and then they've got to feed me wife and kids, and they'll certainly feed me. So what have I got to lose? I don't know why we're all on the rob, all the stolites.
Sheila, will you tell him?
What is he going to say?
Tell her. Come on, tell her, Matt.
I'm going to tell the truth.
What's that, Matt?
Are we going in here or what?
Matty, what are you going to say?
All right, I'll tell you what we're going to say, Sheila. I'm going to say what's so special about me, eh? Why aren't people like the Vesties here? Millions of pounds worth of profits. And what kind of tax do they pay? No chance. They should be here with me today.
Well, throw the key away, love.
Let them.
Matty, you've got to go in there and go through the motions. Hang your head in shame, feel a bit sorry and pay your fine.
No chance. Let's get it over with.
She wish Bobby was here.
Don't worry, love, I'm going to phone him. Go on, you go in.
That was a pickle, Kathy.
When was that, Edna? Was it the May Blitz? No, it was before the May Blitz, wasn't it? Because we were all in the shelter, and that fella who used to have the donkey comes in with a great load of...
Arthur Ritchie.
Arthur Ritchie comes in with a great load of spring cabbage, steaming hot.
Off his allotment.
Correct. Oh, what a night that was, eh? Roll out the barrel, we'll meet again.
Aggie Cox with her accordion.
Yeah.
While I was being blown to bits in North Africa.
Oh, behave, H. I've seen more action on a football special.
Well, if it was so easy, why didn't you join up?
Reserved occupation, me.
I was on the railway too, but I joined up.
Well, you were soft then, weren't you?
Patriotic.
Soft.
Now you two, that's enough. Change the subject.
Had any luck lately, Edna?
What?
You know, on the horses.
How do you know about that?
Well, we used to have a little bet together.
It seems to me that you two did a lot of things together.
Harold!
What's got into him?
Oh, he's a funny old beggar.
Any lipstick?
What?
Any lipstick?
Well, I've got lip gloss.
Yeah, that'll do.
What do you want it for?
I like wearing it when Marie's not around.
What?
Thank you. You see this cross? Michelle? You see this cross? Wind your window down. Right, you see that cross?
Yeah.
Now, we're going to reverse round a corner. Now, the secret of reversing round corner is to keep the centre of your window lined up with a curb, right?
Right.
Hang on, let me get in first.
Well, aren't you going to guide me around?
You won't need a guide. Just keep that cross lined up with a curb, right?
Right.
Hang on, let me get your seatbelt on. Right, now, yeah, just keep the cross lined up with a curve, OK? Yes. Now you have to push down really hard and move it across and up. That's it.
OK.
That's it. Right, now just keep that cross lined up with a curve.
You all right?
Oh, yeah, great. A bit of whiplash is really good for the old neck muscle.
I'm sorry.
Look, will you two leave me alone, for God's sake?
Try to loosen your tie a little bit.
Get off.
And look off your coat and everything.
Look, what's all this fussing about? There's nothing wrong with me.
Then why did you collapse?
I didn't collapse, I tripped. Who's that now?
It'll be our Kevin. I rang him when you were flat out.
That's right, she did. I'll get it.
I wasn't flat out, I got a shock.
You got a shock. What do you think I got?
What's the matter with him?
He tripped running up the stairs.
I didn't trip.
You did?
He did.
What were you doing, running up the stairs?
I wasn't running.
You were.
He was.
He got a cob on him because of something Ralph said.
Oh, I'm Ralph, by the way. Do you remember me, Kevin?
I do. Uncle Ralph.
You've changed. But, hey, I can still see your mother in you.
You would, wouldn't you?
Now, are you sure you won't have another one?
Oh, positive, love. You know, too much tea can be bad for you.
Well, thanks for coming to tell me, personally, like.
Oh, I wanted you to be one of the first to know, Marie.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I thought Sam had told you, but when Edna said she hadn't, I shot across straight away.
Hadn't I told you to come?
Yeah, she's like that, isn't she? Thoughtful. Have I said something wrong, love?
No. I'm made up for you, Alan.
Oh, thanks a lot, Marie. See you, love.
See ya.
You finished?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Matty, lad. I got here as soon as I could. Don't worry about it, mate. You managed to write me a little cheque, didn't you? How do you mean? Ah, get out the way, Bobby, will you? Aye, Matty, lad. I've left 300 people over there tearing their hair out to get down here. Don't go treating me like a bit of muck. It's you treating me like the bit of muck, pal. Well, how do you mean? Oh, for God's sake, you can't even see it, can you? No. You wrote me a cheque. Yes. A cheque? Yeah. You couldn't give me 5 minutes of your time, so you wrote me a cheque just to get shut.
Come on, let's go for a cup of coffee.
I'm going nowhere with him.
Aye, Massey, lad. It's only a few months ago you were giving me down the banks for doing exactly the same thing. You know what you're doing, don't you? You're taking out on the people closest to you.
Oh, don't flatter yourself, Bobby. You're not close to me. Not anymore, anyway. I mean, a friend in need is a friend indeed, and I'll forget it, Bobby.
Oh, sort it out.
Massey, will you calm down and just listen, lad?
I'm finished listening to you, Bobby Grant. Are we going?
I'll come when you listen to what he's got to say.
I was on my way down here, wasn't I, when I got a phone call? There's 300 jobs going up to Swanee. Now, what do you want me to do?
Stick by your mate.
What? And take me back on 300 others?
Oh, there goes that song again, eh? Well, we had all that at Fairbanks the last time you sold us down the river. And it's through that I'm skint, mate. And it's through that I became involved in Sheila's agency. And it's through that I'm here today. And you, pal, you never had the common decency to come and give me some support. Come at you. We're going.
I'll see you later, Sheila.
Pity we couldn't have finished the wine. It's a nice one, Miss Too.
Well, one thing's for certain. You can't go on living here much longer.
Oh, aye.
Mum's heart would be in her mouth every time you walk up the stairs.
I only slept.
And you'll slip again.
I won't.
Well, if you don't, Mum will.
Look, we can take care of ourselves.
That bungalow's for sale next door.
Forget it.
Mum?
Yeah?
Don't you go putting ideas in our mind.
Yes.
Did you know that that bungalow next door's for sale?
Look, it's only a few years ago I was wiping your bum, lad. So don't you come here telling me where to live.
Oh, Harold, it'd be lovely.
No, no chance whatsoever. Right?
He's got a point, you know.
No, he hasn't.
We got him into this mess.
No, he never, she. The system did.
System? I don't understand systems, love. I only understand people.
Massey and Theresa are two lovely people. And so are the hundreds that work in Brights.
OK. Put it like that, you're going to be right.
There's no other way to put it, is there?
No. I mean, I do know. I just don't feel it. I mean, I watch television and I see thousands of people starving in Africa or God knows where, and I think, my God, this is terrible. Then half an hour later, I've forgotten all about it. God help me, love, I'm a Catholic and a Christian, but I just can't see that 300 people in Brights are more important than 2 people that you care about.
My God, Sheila, we all begin to think that way, girl. We're finished, aren't we? I mean, I know there's thousands of people starving in India and Africa, and I understand there's hundreds having trouble in Brights, but they've all got mates, haven't they? And wives and husbands and girlfriends and daughters and sons who love them. So if you're saying them things to me, you've got to say the same to them, haven't you?
He's got a job to do, hasn't he?
He's one of the few who has, eh? Bobby Grant, the only guy from Fairbanks to fall on his feet.
Oh, jealous of him, are you?
Oh, behave yourself. Come on, I'm going.
I'm going nowhere, because you need putting straight. Brights engineering today is Fairbanks engineering 18 months ago. And if you were working for Brights right now and you found out the district secretary wasn't in because he was in court holding his mate's hand, oh, my God, you'd string him up. Well, wouldn't you?
Come on.
I nearly died.
You nearly died. That's the first time I've said me prayers in 10 years.
Honestly, we're going round Sefton Park, and there's this flipping great steamroller, and he makes me overtake it.
She pulled out 40 times to do it.
200 cars behind, all blowing the horn.
And then when she does pull out, it's on a bend with a lorry coming straight for us.
I don't know how you stayed so calm.
Oh, dead easy. I had my eyes shut.
So did I.
Are we going?
You what, love?
The quiz.
Hey, oh, yeah, right, yeah. Michelle can give us a lift.
Oh, no.
We'll be late.
Yeah, all right. Let's just have a little sit down first, eh? I don't want to get steamrolling into anything.
Look, Matty, lad, I'm sorry for being late, but that's all I am sorry for, you know.
Bobby, let me apologise, lad. I'm getting used to it now.
How'd you get on?
£1 a week for 200 weeks.
Come on, let's go and have a drink, eh? We'll sort a few things out.
Hey, Sheila's paying.
Yeah.
Because I got the taxi.
Pleasure. Insane of people after.
Oh.
Did you give him your vesting speech?
Oh, true, I did.
Cringing.
She was pretending she wasn't with me, you know.
Well, what did the magistrate say?
Oh, well, I'm giving it the bifters there. Right up in the middle of the court. You know what he said?
Go on, tell me.
Next case, please.
That was it. Pulled the legs right from underneath me.
Well, I knew Vestie's brother, you know.
Come on.
Old string Vestie.
We had the case against him, but it was full of holes.
You couldn't swing a cat in there.
You don't need much room.
You've got to breathe.
If you stay in the house, you mightn't do that for very much longer.
Kevin.
It's true.
How much do you think he wants for it?
You'd get change out of a fiver.
About 20,000, I should think.
£20 for that.
We'd get more than that for ours and we'd have money to spare.
We're not selling ours.
Harold.
We're not selling, and that's the subject closed.
It's a lovely spot, this, as well.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
Grace would love it.
Any woman would.
Hey, you've got a bungalow.
Oh, yeah, but not as nice as this, though.
Were you thinking of buying it?
Would you like me for a neighbour again, Edna?
Oh, Ralph, that'd be lovely.
Can I use your phone, H?
What for?
To ring the estate agent.
You'd be wasting your time.
Why?
Because we're having it.
$23,000.
I don't believe it.
That's what she said.
Oh, they must have the wrong house.
The bungalow in Brookside, she said.
23,000 for a matchbox like that? What must this be worth?
Not much more.
Oh, George, love, you haven't got a clue. This is an house with an upstairs, downstairs in my lady's chamber. That is a bungalow.
Bungalows are dear.
Not that dear, dear.
Suit yourself.
$40,000.
You what?
This house must be worth 40,000.
Marie, love, this private school business must be going to your head. You're talking soft.
I've seen bigger houses than that on a Monopoly board, and if that's worth 23,000, this is worth every penny of 40,000.
There's nothing worth £40,000 on this close. Not even the grants.
Oh, aye.
Well, theirs is a detached. This is a semi.
Detached are colder than semis.
Oh, Marie, the grants is worth much more than this.
You might think so. I don't.
Why don't you go and see him? Make him an offer.
Eh?
You don't have to offer the full amount.
How much will I offer?
Perhaps he'll accept 22.
I'm sure he'll take 22. That works out about £1,000 a foot.
Now, Now you're exaggerating.
No, it's him that's exaggerating. £23,000.
Ralph would probably pay 23,000.
We'll go and see him in a minute.
Hello, Percy Thrower.
Hey. Hello. You're home early, aren't you?
Yeah, the meeting broke up. Dead off. What are you doing there? It's a bit late for sweet peas, isn't it?
Oh, expert, are you?
Well, I did look after the window box, didn't I, Queen?
Why did the meeting break up then?
They won't budge an inch, will they? Ah, times have changed, girl.
How do you mean?
What are you laughing at?
Nothing, love. Go on. Times have changed.
Well, you know why the management of Brights have issued them redundancy notices, don't you?
Is it closing down?
Ah, the heck. The lads are really entitled to a pay rise, aren't they? So they issue the redundancy notices and we get called in. But then we have to negotiate on the basis of a pay cut so they can keep their jobs instead of the few bob that the lads are really entitled to.
Well, if you know that, it's not going to work, is it?
It already is, isn't it? A couple of days ago, that was a militant factory. Yesterday, they were staring a dole in the face, and today, they're still shaking, so they'll take anything they're offered. It's called modern management. Thatcher style. Hey, are you all right?
Yes, love.
Should you be doing this, Shay?
I'm pregnant, love. Not dying. Have you seen Matty?
I'm having a pint with him tonight.
You're not, you know. Somebody's invited us around.
Who?
Sam and Alan.
Are they?
I promise we'll go. What?
Sam and Alan. Sounds like food poisoning. Do you think they'll go through with it this time?
Why don't you?
Well, she stood him up last time, didn't she?
Oh, don't say that, love.
Listen, I better ring Matty. Tell him I'm going to be late. I don't want to be accused of treating him like a date again.
Hey, while you're in there, ring the estate agents.
What for?
Find out how much they're asking for the bungalow.
Nosy poke.
Suit yourself.
Who's the agent?
Let's get Pierce. Oh, and hey, love, while you're in there, have a look in the mirror.
Why?
There's some sort of rash on your face.
Is there?
I'm not saying that we should sell the house. I'm saying that we should tell the agent that we're thinking of selling it.
But why?
So that we can get a free valuation.
And what's the point of a free valuation?
So that we can find out how much it's worth.
Well, go and ask Heather. She's taken her board down, so she must have sold the place, and it's the same house as this.
This has been improved. Others hasn't. There's no comparison.
Well, I just don't see.
I'm just curious, that's all.
Yeah. You're curious, all right.
Hello. Oh, yes, hello. Yes, I'll hold. It's the private school, George. Yes. Speaking. What? Oh, there must be some mistake. I see. Yeah. Right. Thanks.
What is it?
Where's me ciggies, George?
They're over there behind you. What is it?
The school. They've turned our kids down.
Why?
She said they failed their verbal reasoning test. My kids, they've got more verbal reasoning in their little fingers than them posh kids have got in the own of their bodies. Oh, you know what this is, don't you? It's because they never talked with an ollie in the mouth. Talk so far back your voice is behind you and you're all right in that school.
Hooray.
Any trace of a working-class accent and you're barred.
Marie, you're wrong. The kids can talk any way they want as long as the parents have got money.
Little Lord Fauntleroy's, that's what they're supposed to be.
Marie, they failed it, fair and square.
My kids never failed anything. Oh, yeah. This just about suits you, doesn't it?
Here we go.
You never wanted them to go there in the first place, did you?
No, I never.
You were quite content letting them slide down poles in a fire station for the rest of their lives.
There's no shame in that, Marie. I'm proud of my job.
And there's no shame in wanting a decent job where you don't have to go and work nights 1 week in 3.
Look, we've had all this out before. There's kids get them jobs from ordinary comprehensives.
Oh, yeah? Like Damon Grant and that gorp that he goes round with.
That's not the fault of the school.
Kids that go to comprehensives end up on the dole. Kids that go to private schools get work. I'm going to go up to that school.
Oh, look, Marie, I've got work.
That's got nothing to do with it.
It's got everything to do with it. Look, them teachers who are teaching Gordon Collins at that private school, they've learned everything they know on the rates. On the rates and on the taxes that people like me and Bobby Grant have to pay. And now those people have got the nerve to turn round and say they're not going to pass on what they've learned to our kids unless we pay them extra. Now, do you want our kids teaching by the likes of them?
Yes, George, you do.
Well, thank God they're not going to be.
Yeah, well, I'm going to see about that.
Edna's a bit worried about you.
Is she?
Well, you can't leave the country and leave house and so, can you?
True. We'll do with a quick sale, all right.
Yeah, that's what Edna said. As a matter of fact, she asked me to make an offer for it.
You want to buy it?
I don't. I don't give a damn about it. But Edna fancies it, and, mind you, the price would have to be right.
What were you thinking of, H?
Well, look at the condition of it for starters.
Oh, come on, there's no wrong with it.
You must be joking. Hitler's bunker looked better than this. I'll tell you what, that's a guess I'd say about 1905.
Guess again.
1906.
Sorry, H.
Oh, well, suit yourself, but it'll break Edna's heart.
Look, I'm open to offers, H, but not that low.
There's other reasons why you should sell quick and be off, you know.
Why?
Well, you have been making a show of yourself, haven't you? Drunk for weeks on end. Screaming up and down the close. Carrying on with that tart, Liz.
Yeah.
Well, what if Samantha got to know?
Sam? Sam?
Yeah?
Come here a minute, will you, love?
Look, I'll be off.
No. You stay right where you are, mate.
Hello, Harry. What is it, love?
Harry's got something to tell you, Sam.
It's nothing, love, honest. I'll be seeing you.
No. Go on. Tell her. Well, tell her then. Go on.
Forget it, eh?
And H,
Yeah?
even if you offered me twice what I'm asking, you wouldn't get it now.
Just through here, Mr. Jackson. Thanks.
Hello, Mrs. Jackson.
It's very good of you to see me.
Not at all. Do sit down.
I can only spare you 10 minutes, I'm afraid. I've got to get down to the pavilion. I'm opening for the staff.
Don't you have a caretaker?
Opening bat.
Oh! Opening baths.
Yes, now, what can I do for you?
You've turned my kids down.
Yes, I did.
Why?
I thought my secretary had explained. We have very strict rules of entry.
She said they failed a verbal reasoning test.
Yes, that's correct.
They couldn't have.
I'm afraid they did.
But they're bright as buttons. They're always talking and laughing and cracking jokes. They're quick.
Yes, I'm sure they are. And so are 90% of the population of this city. Unfortunately, the ability to tell a joke bears no correlation with one's ability to conjugate a Latin verb.
But you can teach them Latin verbs. They'll pick anything up.
I'm afraid our experience suggests otherwise. You see, Mrs. Jackson, we can predict a pupil's academic attainment at 18 from his performance in our tests at the age of 11.
So the 7 years in between don't make any difference?
I wouldn't put it quite as starkly as that.
No, I'm sure you wouldn't.
Look, Mrs. Jackson, I don't have to defend my school.
It has an excellent academic reputation. As I recall, it was that which brought you here in the first place.
Because I want it for my kids.
There are other schools.
I want this one.
Look, there are other schools, private schools, of a more vocational nature. I'm sure that one of those would...
this one.
Forgive me, Mrs. Jackson, but you're going to have to reconcile yourself to the fact that your children cannot come here.
Not yet, I'm not.
Are you seriously telling me that you're prepared to see your children spend 7 years of their lives, forgive my being harsh, but it is the children we're concerned with, spend 7 years in a school to which they're just not suited?
Mr. Hume, I was born in the Dingle. My dad's idea of a night out was 8 pints in the alehouse, and then he'd come home and kick hell out of me man. Oh, that was such good fun, it put her in an early grave. Then he cleared off, left me on my own, with 2 kid sisters to rear. One of them married another no good, and she killed herself a year later. And it's because of that that I've got the money to pay these schools' fees. The women in our family have given blood so that my kids can walk through your door. They've given blood. And you are not going to slam that door in their faces.
Let me make a phone call, will you? Yes, as I thought. Yes, of course. Oh, are there? How many, do you know? Yes, I see. Right, thanks. Oh, phone the pavilion for me and tell them to ask Peter Gilmore to open, will you? I'll be along shortly. Thank you, Jim. Bye. Well, Mrs. Jackson, the position is as I thought. This September's intake is completely full, so September '85 is the best that I could do.
But they'll miss a year.
If they're half as determined as you are, I'm sure they'll catch up very soon.
But what are they going to do for a year?
On the local comprehensive.
Couldn't you squeeze them in?
A lot of schools would do just that. No, we won't. That's why our record is as it is.
I'm not sending them to the comprehensive.
Well, there is a possible alternative.
What's that?
This September's intake of day boys is completely full, as I said. But there are still a few places available for weekly boarders.
What, they live here all week?
Yes, and return home at weekends.
I'd hardly see them.
There are some parents who would consider that a blessing.
I love my kids.
I realize that. But there are real benefits, Mrs. Jackson. A total school environment can do wonders for a child, you know.
Okay.
Are you sure, Mrs. Jackson?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right. But there is one further complication, I'm afraid, as always. It is rather more expensive.
We've got the money. My sister sorted that.
Quite. Well, you don't have to make up your mind immediately. You can talk it over with your husband first.
Why?
Well, it is a big step. Is that a problem?
No.
Your husband wouldn't be opposed.
No, no. George will be all for us.
Good. Because we shall need his signature as well.
Obviously.
Blackmail?
What?
You tried to blackmail him.
Misunderstanding, that's all.
And you didn't offer 21,000, you offered 19,500.
1906.
Only because he wouldn't accept 1905.
Well, I was going to get around to 20 eventually.
When? Christmas?
I suppose you would have offered it right away, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's because you're soft.
No, because we agreed.
We also agreed I'd do the negotiating, didn't we?
Yes, well, he's prepared to give you one more chance.
He's prepared to give me one more chance. The boot's on the other foot, woman. He's had my offer.
Yes, and he's had another one as well.
How much?
21.5.
Oh, you're a nutcase. Have you been over there and offered him 21.5?
No.
Who then?
Ralph.
We'll see about that.
Well,
Well, what?
aren't you going to ask?
No.
They're going. You are?
I said.
Oh, don't get carried away by your enthusiasm, will you?
Well, it'll keep him off the streets, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. It's going to do that, all right. You've got to sign a form, George.
You've signed it?
Yeah, well, they probably chucked it out, you know, when they turned them down. So,
Give us a pen. What's this?
You've just got to sign it, George.
Weekly boarders. I thought they're supposed to be day boys.
There isn't any more room for day boys.
You were going to let me sign this?
Because I knew that you'd carry on if I told you.
You must think I'm mad. Weekly boarders. I'm not sending my kids away for a week at a time.
Why not?
Because I love them.
And so do I. That's why I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah, you love them that much you can't wait to get rid of them.
No, because I want them to do something with their lives, and if they get into that school, they'll be able to do it.
There's other schools.
Not like this one.
No, Marie, you're not on.
George, will you sign it?
No, Marie. It's not very often I put my foot down in this house, but by God, I'm doing it this time. No, Marie, no.
All right. All right, we'll let them turn out like the Grants, shall we? Barry Grant, a thief. Damon Grant, an Ed Case. Karen Grant, a fishwife.
There's nothing wrong with Karen Grant. She's doing very well. 3 A-levels at the local comprehensive.
And you sound just like their father, a militant.
And you're getting ideas above your station.
Don't you ever say that to me, George. I know exactly where I lined up at the start of their great human race, right at the back. And that's where they're lining the kids up now. Well, they're not on. Because all my life I've been running, running, and running. And it's only now the race is halfway over that I've suddenly found out I'm never going to catch up. I'm never going to catch up with the likes of Annabelle Collins because she had a better start on me in the first place. Well, they're not going to do that to my kids, because while I've got money in my pocket and breath in my body, my kids are running off right from the front.
Harold's got something to say to you.
Have I?
You know you have.
What is it? Well, I'm sorry about before.
Oh.
Only she set her heart on this place, and I was just trying to get it for her.
So if it's all right with you, Alan, we want to make another offer.
How much?
I do the bargaining here.
How much, H?
21.6.
Harold, it's 22,000, Alan.
You what?
22,000.
He's only been offered 21.5. We need only go another ton over that.
You what?
22,000, Alan. Will you accept that?
Who's offered me 21,500, Edna?
22,000.
All right, Edna. Seeing as it's you, it's a deal.
As long as you throw in the carpets.
I wonder what it'll be like in here, then.
Don't care, love, as long as it's not chopsticks again.
Oh, Sheila, we're buying the bungalow. I've got to go and phone Kevin.
See you, love.
More money than sense, that one. And watch what you're doing in there. We don't want to be buying a wreck.
Come in, Sheila, Bobby.
Have you won the pools? What is it, man?
Champagne.
Hey, what's the name of this club,
You know what it is.
Make a good barman.
I'll tell you what, I love a drop of champagne.
Oh, hi, yeah.
Sheila.
What?
Will you be our witness next week?
Oh, hey, an honour.
Oh, marvellous. How about you, Bob?
What, you want me to give the bride away?
You're not keeping her, lad.
If you would, mate, please.
Yeah, a pleasure, lad, a pleasure.
Oh, great. Hey, listen, seeing as there's no one else to do it for us, Sam and me have got an announcement to make.
Just a minute. Seeing as we're into announcements, we've got one.
Oh, wait, is she?
Well, we've got to know sometime.
What about?
Are you going to tell them or shall I?
No, go on, you.
My husband and I
Go on, Queen.
are going to have a baby.
What?
Baby!
Oh.
When?
Christmas.
Oh, Sheila! Oh, that's wonderful.
Hey, Bobby,
Hey,
congratulations.
two couples in 2 days.
Oh.
Well, my God, there's life in the old dog yet.
Plenty of life there.
Oh, that's great. I tell you what we'll do. Let's have a double toast, eh? To Bobby and Sheila's baby.
The baby!
Baby. And to Sam and Alan's wedding.
Wedding. And no slip-ups. Come on, drink it down.
Take your time, Alan. There's 2 prizes.
You spoon more than
Well, I'm all excited.
Tomorrow morning at 11:55, Alan and Sam's big day arrives, but the whole event is marred by a horrible accident.
Hello, Bobby, lad. Sorry I'm early, but I was feeling a bit nervous. You know how it is.
You're all right.
Hello.
Oh, hello. You must be Andrew. Or did he call you Andy?
I don't know.
Well, if Karen called you Andrew, we better stick to that. This is Alan. He's getting married later today. That's why he's all dressed up like a dog's dinner.
Cheers.
I'd keep them congratulations till after. Come on in.
Go on, lad.
Cheers.
Labour and class.
Who is?
George.
I thought he was a fireman.
Well, he is, but it's still the same sort of class, isn't it?
I think it's a very good job. Like policemen. You wouldn't say they were labourers.
I'm not saying George is a labourer. He's just working class. He can't help it.
Some policemen go to universities.
Well, it isn't hard to go to university, is it? Them and
Technics.
What?
Polytechnics. Kevin said some of them are as good as universities. They don't just have the glamorous names.
That's why I want the twins to go to private school. They get a better education, and the good name will get them better jobs.
Any tea left?
In the pot.
When Harold was first on the railways, he was a fireman. Mind you, a different sort of fireman.
Keeping them going rather than putting them out.
Yes. Harold was fit in those days with all the shovelling. Train drivers thought they were a different class to firemen, you know.
It all comes down to that in the end, doesn't it? Class.
Have you come far?
Bootle, near the gyro offices.
Are you working, son?
I work in a DIY store in Bootle.
Nice bike.
Yeah, thanks.
Come on, this is a wedding we're going to, not a funeral. Let's have a drink. Scotch, Alan?
Hey, Bobby.
Sheila?
Just a drop, love.
Andrew?
No, thanks. I don't like spirits.
Oh, I'm glad you said that, love. You know, we've been on the bike.
Have a look in the fridge, love. See if there's a lager there. You might prefer that.
Honest, I'm all right, thanks.
I bet it'll go a bit, that machine of yours, eh?
Opened up, she'll do it, son.
I thought as much. I used to be into bikes. Did you ever go over to the TT?
No, I've never been.
Oh, you should. It's a wondrous feeling. You can really sense the danger, you know, being so close to the road.
Hello.
Nervous, Alan?
Oh, a little bit, but I'll be okay once I've had one or two of these. Mind you, perhaps I'd better just stick to the one, eh?
Alan's getting married today.
Yeah, no.
Well, we'll be off then. Good luck, Al.
Cheers.
Love to Samantha.
Oh, you'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
You will be careful, won't you?
Bye, Mum.
Bye, love.
Bye.
Alan, let's have another one.
Oh, ace, Bobby, thanks.
Yeah, get that down, yeah.
Now, steady on, love. You know, we've got to be able to sign the certificates.
I only hope we get that far this time.
Oh.
Hey, come on, forget all that. Put it behind you. I'm going to have a good time for once, so you just relax.
Well, don't get as relaxed as a newt.
Sheila!
Nice one, Sheila.
I had a funny dream last night.
What about?
A bird was building a nest, but all the little bits of grass and that kept blowing away.
Did you have cheese for your supper? Or an apple? That's just as bad.
It was an omen.
Oh, I've not heard of them. Is it a British bird?
The dream was an omen. I don't know what kind of bird it was. Well, I do. It was a symbolic partridge.
Oh. Something to do with Alan Partridge?
Them two will not get married.
Do you want to double the bet?
No, I don't. Just saying, that's all.
Does your gift of prophecy tell you who's moving into the bungalow?
What do you mean?
I know who's moving in.
Who?
Me and Harold.
You're joking, aren't you?
I'm not. I've always wanted a bungalow, and Harold's legs aren't what they were.
How much are you paying for it?
Well, it's a special price with us being friends. And Harold would pay anything to keep me happy.
I'll try and get them to stop dragging the Mersey for you.
What are you talking about?
I've just tramped all round the close looking for you. I've trodden every paving flag.
Well, I've been here all the time.
Come on, woman. Me belly thinks me throat's cut.
Don't be so crude. In somebody else's house as well.
Wonder if Sam and Alan will end up like that in a couple of years.
Probably. All married couples do.
Rubbish. Me and George haven't.
I'm going for a bath.
Just imagine what he'll be like if she lets him down again. Don't think he'll be able to take it twice.
Well, it's fingers crossed all round. I do hope it goes well for them.
Yeah.
Believe Bobby Grant's going to be best man.
Is he? Oh, I hadn't heard. He seems to be keeping it very low-key.
Hardly surprising under the circumstances.
I'm not bitter. Like to have another crack at it, that's all.
What, at being best man?
Yes, never been one, you know. Amazing, really.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Still time, Paul.
Hardly.
Oh, I don't mean for this wedding, another one.
Are they planning any sort of reception?
Well, nothing official, I don't think, but I put a bottle of champagne on ice.
Oh, have you? Well, that's good.
Well, Alan's a decent sort, really, even if he has been a bit of a nuisance recently.
Just hope Bobby Grant doesn't forget the ring, that's all.
Oh. Right.
Come on, let's go in.
Okay. Yeah, tell you
Don't think we'll be opening the champagne in the state of those two.
Oh, they're happy, that's all.
Happy? Just hope he doesn't prang his new car.
Come on, you can help me make some sandwiches.
Shall I bake some potatoes?
Oh, why not? Let's look on the bright side.
You know what'll happen this time, don't you?
What?
Alan will be so legless he won't be able to speak.
Oh, you'll be all right.
Wouldn't bet on it. Or I would, if you see what I mean.
No.
Let's just say that Edna Cross will be paying for our Sunday joint.
You've had a bet with her. It's not very nice, Marie, betting on somebody's future.
It was her idea.
Is Sam late, or is my watch a bit fast?
Probably a bit fast. She's only a couple of minutes late.
I think I'll just take a stroll down the corridor.
She'll be here in a minute.
You don't think she'd let me down again, do you?
No.
She won't let you down, love.
I'll only be a minute.
I hope she does turn up.
She wouldn't have the same doubts twice, would she?
She's not coming.
Sam, you look great.
You didn't tell me you'd still got that dress.
Maybe I had a feeling.
What are you thinking about?
Donegal. I bet it's lovely by the quayside today.
It's morning sickness giving way to homesickness.
I was never really ill in the mornings.
Come on, cheer up, Rose. We'll have a good afternoon.
And would you now repeat these words? I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Samantha Helen Davis,
to witness that I, Samantha Helen Davis,
take thee, Cyril Allen Partridge, to be my lawful wedded husband.
take thee, Cyril Allen Partridge, take thee,
What are you doing?
Just putting a congratulations card through.
Oh, you're confident, aren't you?
Yes, very.
Sorry, Edna. Can't see anything coming of us.
Do you want to increase the bet?
No, I don't. Have you got your money ready?
What about you?
Any news?
Not yet.
Isn't it exciting?
Well, I don't know that exciting's the word. Worrying, more like.
I love waiting for the results. I mean, having it confirmed that everything's all right.
Can you imagine what he'll be like if she lets him down again?
When shall we three meet again?
You soft thing. Frighten the life out of me.
They're not back yet, then?
Well, we wouldn't be standing here if they were, would we?
Well, perhaps they've gone somewhere else to celebrate.
Or drown Alan's sorrows. Mind you, they might still be waiting for her. Hey, up. Here they come. They don't look very happy. I'll take me winnings now, eh?
Hang on a minute. Let's see what's happened.
What happened?
Samantha Davis.
She say yes!
Oh, great, they've done it. Hey, George, Alan's got married.
More fool him.
Oh, don't be such a misery. Oh, come on, let's go and congratulate them.
Congratulations, Alan, mate. Well done. How the hell was
Michelle, you little demon.
Hey, look, I think I'd better go and phone my mummy.
Yes, I'll leave you alone to do that,
I
though.
think that might be for the best. I'll not be a minute, eh?
Right.
What about the glasses?
Go on, get some. Hey, should we have a drink out here?
I'll go and get the pacing table. Let's have a street party!
I've never been to a street party. It sounds a good idea. I'll get some sandwiches. Michelle!
Hey, did everything go all right?
Great. Had them a bit worried, though.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Where is he? He's inside calling his mother.
This is Rose. She's staying with me for a while.
Hello.
Hi, you look lovely. It must be a lovely day for you.
Oh, it is.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How is it?
Do you want to see the wedding certificate before you pay up?
Oh, all right, all right. There you go. Ta.
If you won't see Sam, then you won't see me, Mum. We fly at 5 o'clock tomorrow night, and that's it for 6 months, unless you fancy coming out to Kuwait. Well, it's entirely up to you. Right then. See you. How's Mrs. Partridge?
Hi, how's Mr. Partridge?
Ace. You fancy showing me the bedroom?
Later. There's a party going on out there.
Hey, they're a great crowd, aren't they?
You're going to miss them, aren't you?
You'll just have to console me.
I think I'll go and get some cans of ale. I'm not into all this wine and stuff.
Oh, well, I'll come with you then. Make sure it's straight back, eh?
Right. Do you want to donate some money for some cans of ale?
Oh, you're actually paid ale for this?
Yeah.
How much you want, Teddy?
Yeah, just a couple of quid will do.
Yeah, I've never thought about liquor there.
Cheers, thanks. Come on, Harry, how about some donations for some ale?
Just put a tenner in, Harry.
Oh, all right. There you are.
Oh, you tighter.
Talking about money, I want to have a word with you about a certain fiver.
Just a bit of a laugh, that's all.
Never mind a bit of a laugh. You've been betting again, haven't you?
It's just for some cans and that.
Yeah, look, put that in the fund.
Oh, thanks, Edna. There you are. Oh, cheers, thanks a lot. Pleasure. Come on, buddy. How about some donations for some ale, eh?
Well, I haven't got any spare cash on me at the moment.
I'll put in for you then.
All right, love, I'll sort it out with you after.
Come on. Any donations here?
Oh. For Rose and me.
Oh, thanks a lot. Come on. How about you, George?
Ah, Samantha, what a picture.
Why did you do that?
Because I wanted to. Anyway, there'll probably be a house full when we get back. I just wanted to let you know I've enjoyed the last couple of weeks.
So have I.
Good. Well, we better get back and sort our business out, eh? Come on, then.
Chips. We used to
Just stay severe. You wouldn't think his kids were going to go to a private school, would you?
Oh, which one?
Langley Hall.
Oh, that's good. Excellent reputation.
bit difficult to get to there, isn't it? Oh, they're going as boarders, weekly boarders. Oh. I think a good education's so important. So do I. Excuse me. George, put it down.
Yes, sport.
Oh, George, we're supposed to be having a party here.
Oh, God, come on.
You never understood my pleasure in having a little bet.
Pleasure? It's a disease with you, woman. One time you had us up to here in debt with it.
That was 20 years ago.
The fiver bet was today. No bets, no debts. It's as simple as that.
I got us out of debt, though.
Oh, the Lord help us.
The Laird helped us.
The what?
The Laird, written by J. King. I'll never forget that horse. 12 to 1, I think it was.
No more betting.
You never understood. Ralph did.
Ralph?
Yes, he understood the thrill of the unknown.
While you were sharing bets over cups of tea in our back kitchen. Ralph this, Ralph that. No more betting, I'm telling you.
Did you have a good time out there? I never took my shirt off. What do you think of all this?
Well, just hope the happiness lasts.
It's just a ritual that's come down through the ages.
How do you mean?
Well, 1,000,000 years ago, this same ritual could have taken place on this very spot with Stone Age people.
Yeah, but it's a lot more civilized now, though, isn't it?
Right. Everything all right?
How are you feeling now?
Fine. They're nice people.
How's the yearning for the old country?
Oh, I don't know. I do miss Manda. And my brothers.
What about Timmy?
Well, a constant reminder of him, haven't I?
You ought to write to him, you know, Rose. He must wonder about you. I expect he shall.
Cheers.
All of us. All the best to you.
Does Harry know? No.
All good things come to an end. He's back.
Oh, come on, let's go and have a word with me.
Just you go easy on that.
All right, how'd it go then? Fine. What's going on, Terry?
Alan and Sam, they got married.
Oh, right, so what's happened then? Yeah, no messing this time.
How'd it go? Great. Who got married?
Those two at the end of the table. What happened at the auction? Oh, it went all right. Meeting ours tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Is that all right? All right.
There's a lot to talk about.
Okay. Right, well, better go and have a word with newlyweds. See you in a minute. See you later.
Now, Barry, have a drink.
Oh, thanks, Gord. So Harry Cross is buying the bungalow.
Well, he's hoping to. Alan's asked me to keep an eye on things with him leaving at such short notice. Got to deal with the estate agent.
I'm glad you have decided to stay, Heather.
Well, once it became a financial decision rather than an emotional one, I realised the move at the moment would be disastrous.
What is?
Oh, yes, these houses have actually devalued in price.
Really?
It's only a temporary slump. Happens a lot with new houses. This time next year, they should have risen to a realistic price.
There's no point in anybody moving during that length of time.
No, not unless you're planning on earning a fortune in Kuwait.
Well, Harry Cross might get a bit of a shock if he does decide to sell.
I'm sure he will.
She's a lovely bride.
I'm a lucky man.
How lucky?
How do you mean?
How many paving stones do you think there are in this close?
Oh, I haven't got a clue, Edna.
Well, have a guess.
You enjoying that?
Jack and potatoes have been my favourite. Funny, isn't it? Yearnings.
Well, that won't do you any harm.
In fact, there should be another batch ready. I'll just go and check.
Okay, see you later.
We fly down to London tomorrow afternoon, then over to Kuwait the following morning.
Salam alaikum.
You're full of surprises, aren't you?
Yes, well, I can hold that. Come here.
Alan, what are you doing?
I'll tell you in a minute, love. You carry on, Edna, love. I'll take your word for it. I just need to talk to Barry. Anyway, Bob, how many camels do you think I'll get for it then?
Hey, never mind the camels. I'll swap my car for it if you're going to get rid of her.
Hey, he's got a baby on the way, but he's not content with that. He wants a harem.
Well, there's no harem in that.
Get hold of that. I want a word with Barry. Come here, Barry, lad. Listen, I've got a proposition for you and Terry.
All right.
Yeah, I'm leaving a lot of stuff behind. I wonder if you could get rid of it for us.
Yeah, all right, I think we can do that for you now.
Great.
Congratulations are in order for you as well.
That's right.
Quite a surprise, was it?
Well, you could say that, Annabelle, yes.
Well, congratulations anyway. Thanks. I have to get my knitting needles out.
Well, it's funny, you know. Something that never dreams going to happen to you.
It happened to a friend of mine, just like you. Same age, had the same number of children.
And we find out just how badly injured Sheila is on Monday morning at 11:55.
I don't really like the family, but I hope she's all right.
Yeah, and the baby.
Yeah. God, it's incredible, isn't it? Woman of her age. You could have knocked me down with a feather.
If I was that bike rider, I'd keep well away from here.
I felt sorry for him.
He was an idiot going that fast. I'd ban anybody under 25 riding one.
Age doesn't come into it.
You haven't seen the accidents I have.
The dream was right. I'd read it wrong.
What dream?
The bird building the nest. Only bits kept blowing away. I thought it meant that Alan Partridge was going to get let down again. But it wasn't. It was Sheila Grant.
What the hell are you going on about?
There's no need for the nest, you see. I think she's going to lose that baby.
Well, don't go betting Edna Cross. She's had her some butties all week already.
Don't talk soft. Anyway, it was my money, you know, not the housekeeping.
It amazes me how many ways you can find to get rid of your money.
What do you mean?
Gambling.
Gambling? Don't talk soft. I don't gamble. It was a one-off.
Wanting to send their kids to private school.
That's what I call a good investment.
I think I'll go and wash my hair before Terry comes.
I thought I was taking you for a driving lesson.
Well, if you would later.
Yeah, all right.
Don't know why you bother with the car. It could give you the fireman's lift.
You let me in the bathroom before you get started.
What are we going to do with the rest of the furniture?
Oh, I've asked Barry to get rid. He can have his share of the loot.
Taking a bit of a risk, aren't you?
Oh, it's not worth that much. I've asked Heather to keep an eye open. She's already agreed to look after the sale of the bungalow, so a bit extra will be no bother.
God, everything's such a rush.
I know, but we'll have to get on. I only wish we'd had the chance to see Sheila before we went.
I do hope she and the baby are all right.
Well, they said so, didn't they? And Sheila wouldn't want us to postpone our trip.
They did say her condition was stable, whatever that means.
Well, they said she was okay last night, apparently. Obviously a bit shocked, but that's only to be expected.
The only reason you want them to go to private school is because you want to be a snob.
Me? Don't talk soft. Just don't want them turning out like Damon and Gizmo.
Throw another peasant on the fire.
Look, they're going private. I've made my mind up.
Look, I'm their dad and I'll have a hand in the decision. It's my responsibility.
And it's my money.
Look, Marie, we've had rows about everything under the sun. I can't go out. You want me to go out with you. I want you to go out and you won't. We'll go to Blackpool. You want to go to Riddle. I snore. Sometimes you snore, but you won't admit it. Mrs. O'Rourke and her crazy predictions.
They're not crazy.
We have rows about everything. But this is the first time we've ever let money come between us. We never rowed like this when we were broke. But now that we've... Sorry, you've got a few bob. We're falling out.
Fine.
How's your mum?
Well, my dad said she's all right, like. Don't know about the baby yet.
Hey, I'm really sorry about it, Barry, lad.
Yeah, well, it's not your fault. That stupid pillock on the motorbike.
I know it's not really a good time to bring it up, but about our other business.
Yeah, well, it's got to be done. Come inside, have a drink.
Oh, smash it.
Hey, do you want orange, Al?
Yeah, that'll be fine. I've got rid of most of my stuff, either stored or going with us, you know. But what's left needs selling. I'll give you 10%.
What, you mean the bed and the couch and that?
I reckon you'll get about 30 for the sofa, 50 for the bed, and about 200 for the other odds and sods, maybe more.
So what are we talking, 28 quid or something?
Yeah, but then there's the telly, you see, and the other electrical equipment. My stereo, I mean, that's worth at least 1,500. And the big one's my computer stuff.
How much is that worth?
£2 grand. But it's sold. Mind you, if you can deliver it intact, you can have your cut. It's a place in Widnes called Bailey's. I've got the address written down on here. And a list of the prices I'd expect you to get for it, OK?
Right.
Heather's acting for me, her being an accountant. I've given her the keys. And I've given the boat to Edna Cross.
Giving the boat to Edna? What for?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, did she just ask you for it, like?
Well, no, not exactly. Actually, she won it off me in a daft bet. I thought she were kidding, but you know she were deadly serious.
Come on, a bet, Al.
I'm telling you, lad. She asked me if I knew how many paving stones there were between the sign and the fence at the bottom of the close.
What did you guess?
Well, I guessed 200 for 50. But it were 308, and she didn't mean 50p, she meant 50 quid. So I were happy to settle for the boat.
Tell you what, it's a good job you got Sam to look after you now.
Yeah.
Just a couple of terms. Give it a try, eh?
But boarding school, Marie, I mean, it's just not us. I mean, can you imagine? We wouldn't see them all week. They'd be away on their own in that school.
You seen my hairdryer?
It's in the kitchen.
Well, what's it doing down here?
The twins used it to dry the dog.
Tell me you're joking.
I'm joking.
Do you know, I'm sick of them using my stuff. Last week they pinched a pair of tights so they could play bank robbers.
Well?
But wouldn't you miss them?
Yeah. But I think it's worth the sacrifice.
Marie's right, you know, George.
I thought you were on my side.
It isn't a question of sides. I did think it was a bit extravagant, but when you think about it, it's just like what I'm going to do.
She's right, you know. She's going away on a beauty course to better herself. It's the same for the twins.
Yeah, but you're only going away for a couple of weeks.
But I'm going to carry on with it when I get back. Do us a favour.
What?
Dry my hair for me while I turn it under.
Right, come on, sit here.
All Marie wants is for you to give it a trial. Right, Marie?
Yeah, that's right. A trial period. Cover yourself up, Michelle.
I mean, what can be the harm in that? It's going to be fresh Southport air, sports facilities, good discipline.
I wouldn't let anybody cane them.
You can sign a form stopping them doing that.
And if they show any promise, they can be specially coached.
That's true. They might make the Olympics.
Not this year. 1992, perhaps.
Well, it'd give them a chance.
More than any of us ever had.
We'd take them out if they weren't happy.
Yeah?
You just pay turn by turn, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, all right then. But just for one term to start with.
You agree?
Right. Your mother's going to be in hospital for at least a week. OK. So when she comes out, this place has got to be like a new pin.
Oh, I suppose you're getting at me.
I'm not getting at anybody. We're going to run this like a cooperative. So, Karen, you look after the bathroom, seeing as you spend half your life in there. Damon, you, the kitchen.
I hate that.
Just clean it, not the dishes. We'll take that in turns. And me and Bally will see to the rest. All in favour? Agreed.
What about the visiting?
Not until after 2 o'clock.
Well, I'll go tonight then, if that's all right. Because I've got a meeting in here this afternoon.
A meeting?
Yeah, to discuss the two, will I?
That's no problem. We'll go this afternoon.
Oh, and Alan and Samantha want to go, but they're a bit tight for time.
I'll go in and have a word with them. Who's your meeting with?
Terry, Michelle and Celia.
Yeah, well, it'd be a great relief to your mother, you know, if you could make a go of this business for a change.
We intend to.
All right, Dad. Is it all right if I bring Linda with me? Because I've arranged to meet her this Abbey.
Yeah, I'd like to meet her.
Right, I'm going to get changed.
I'll go. Hiya.
Hiya. How is she?
It's looking good.
Thank God for that. Listen, I was thinking of going to see her. What do you think?
I think she'd appreciate it, but I'm not sure about our Barry.
You've got a cheek coming round here, haven't you?
I came round to see your mum was.
Anything goes wrong, it's down to you, isn't it?
Hey, get in with your soft lad. How do you think your mother would feel about this?
He said he's sorry.
I'd like to say it to your mother. It was an accident.
You don't go near the hospital, I'm telling you. Just leave it alone.
I'm very sorry, and I would like to tell her.
Look, I know how you feel, son, and I appreciate it. Just leave things as they are, till he cools down.
Yeah. Go and see her in a few days,
If you think that's best.
I'll ring you later then.
All right. See you, love.
That's always the answer for you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Cannon, he's got a cheek coming round here.
Hey, he's a decent lad, him. And he's got a bit of bottle.
Right.
Let's just think what your mother would want us to do, eh?
So, can I tell him everything's going to be all right?
You can tell him that the hemorrhaging has almost stopped. That's a very good sign. But you need rest, and I'd like a word with him when he arrives.
I'll tell him.
And don't worry. The last thing in the world we want is for your blood pressure to rise again.
I was worried before the fall about my age.
It's not your first child. And as long as you do everything your GP tells you to do, you should have no problems. I'm not one of those that write off the over 40. Wouldn't do it my age.
I'm glad to hear it. I just wish my daughter didn't think I was so ancient.
How old is she?
17.
What does she think about the prospect of having a baby about the house then?
Not a lot. I think she's a bit embarrassed, really.
It's not an uncommon reaction.
What's the common way of dealing with it?
Give her time. Try to involve her as much as you can.
Isn't that what you're supposed to say to a toddler who's expecting a new brother or sister?
Probably. I'd say the main thing to be was confident. Now, try not to be the least bit embarrassed yourself. She'll come round once the baby's born.
It's rather a long time to have to wait.
I could send the money out to you.
Oh, don't bother, love. Just bank it here. It'll be a lot less trouble.
Right. Now, is there anything else?
No, I think that's it. You've got the list of prices I'd expect Barry to get.
Yes.
And the £100 in case anything crops up.
Yeah, I still don't think that's necessary.
Well, you never know. Just hang on to it, and when everything's finished, if you haven't spent it, whack it in the bank.
Right.
And you've got our address in Kuwait in case you fancy a holiday.
Yes, thank you.
I'll get that.
Oh, I don't understand why, but the crosses ended up with the boat.
Well, as long as I don't end up with it, I don't care who does.
No.
Hello, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
How's Sheila?
Well, I reckon there should be no lasting damage, you know.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
What about the baby?
Well, they say it should be all right, you know, but they won't let me see it till after 2 o'clock.
Oh, that's a pity. Means we won't be able to visit her, Bob.
Of course, I understand. So does Sheila. Your trip's booked, isn't it?
Give her our very best wishes.
Of course I will. When exactly are you going?
Well, now. First down to London, and then tomorrow, off to the Gulf.
Okay. Right.
luck.
Thank you. I'll miss you.
Ta-ra, Sam. Take care, love.
Hello, Karen. We're off now, so I've come to say goodbye.
Oh, all the best, darling.
See ya.
Barry, Damon, come say ciao to Alan. Where's Sam?
She's over there, love. Damon, see ya.
All the best, eh, mate?
Take care of yourself, eh? Ta-ra, Barry, lad.
Be good, eh, Al?
Yeah,
Miss you.
thanks a lot. We've had some laughs.
Yeah, be great.
All the very best, son.
See you, son.
Bye.
Will we see you again?
Well, invite us back for the christening, eh?
All right. You might be home then, mightn't you? Listen, you can call round here any time you like, lad, OK?
Thanks. Can I just say, while you're all here, well, just how grateful I am to you.
Hey, now, come on, behave yourself. I'm a sentimental old beggar and I've got no clean hankies with me.
I'm serious, Bobby. I've enjoyed being here. I hit a low patch, but you've been good to me and Sam. And when we come back home, if we can choose our neighbours, I hope they're the Grants. Or somebody very like them. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, lad.
Thanks, Heather. Bye-bye, love.
Thanks, everyone.
See you, Sam.
Bye.
Sam.
Hello, Queen. How are you?
Yeah, ma'am. Some flowers.
You look really nice and tidy, though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, he's got his young lady outside, hasn't he?
And I thought it was for me.
If we're going to do this, we do it properly. Eventually, we'll all have an area that we're responsible for and we'll have to report back to the others. Right, Barry, you can start by giving us a report on the advice we got from Terry's uncle in Shrewsbury.
Right. Well, what it is, Ter, your uncle reckons we're going to need 15,000 to get it started, right? Well, that's that then, isn't it? No, it isn't. What I reckon we do is work at the bottom end of the market and gradually work ourselves up, right? I've got a list of suggestions somewhere. Who's got them? Sam. Right. It's carpet cleaners, chainsaws, ladders, small scaffolding platforms, rotavators, car trailers, lawnmowers, hammer drills, wallpaper strippers, and maybe some damp causing equipment. And, of course, the cuddly toy.
Well, that isn't going to be cheap, is it?
Nobody said it would be.
So where's all the money coming from?
Don't look at me. I'm skint.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we got 350, haven't we, from the bathroom fittings? I thought that was for a van.
Oh, you won't need a van. Not to start with, anyway. And if we do, we can always hire one on a day-to-day basis. And it's not 15,000. I reckon we need about 4 to start with.
Yeah, but that still leaves 3,650 to find.
Well, what about the stuff Alan Partridge left? We'll make a couple of hundred out of that. That'll help out.
Yeah, 3,450.
I know it's a lot, but after talking to Terry's uncle and a friend and my dad's, I'm convinced there's a market for us. They said with the right organisation and discipline, we could be onto a winner.
Yeah, and capital.
If you've got any doubts, forget it.
Well, where are we going to get the equipment from?
Auctions. Oh, and this friend of my dad said he'd let us have some stuff on the hire purchase.
And then there's the rehire of equipment as well.
Yeah?
How do you mean?
Well, say a fella brings in a lawnmower, right? And he wants it fixing. We tell him to come back next week. We fix it the same day, and then we rehire it again.
Yeah, but that's got to be done very carefully, and it's as bent as we get. I'm having nothing to do with anything criminal.
Me neither.
Well, you're in then.
Dunno. It's an awful lot of money. It's over 1,500 quid.
Well, show some enthusiasm. I mean, how much is the beautician's course costing you?
That's got nothing to do with it.
Michelle's right. It's a lot of money. Let's have a cup of tea and think about it. If you two want to go for a walk and have a talk, we don't mind, do we, Barry?
No, of course not. Put the kettle on.
I couldn't help thinking last night that I wouldn't be all that bothered if she lost her. That's a horrible thing to think, isn't it?
Do you still feel like that?
Not as much. I just want my mum to be okay.
Sounds as if she will.
Yeah, nobody's certain though, are they? I was surprised when she was worried about losing the baby.
Why? Because you thought she'd be relieved?
And my dad, he was worried about both of them.
They are parents. They don't care how old they are.
Do you think they're a bit old to be starting a family?
Adding to a family.
You know what I mean?
I think you should be a bit more encouraging. Us women have to stick together.
Is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
All right, then.
Probably.
What do you mean, probably? I thought it was sound.
Well, I just want to have a word with my bank manager. I mean, he's offered me advice any time I want it, and I'd be foolish not to accept.
But it seems like a deal.
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
We'll make sure it will. Won't we, Michelle?
I don't know what she's in for, but she's not married.
How do you know?
She hasn't got a wedding ring on, has she?
That's right.
Blimey, didn't take you too long to find out, did it? I just hope he or she is as alert. Or should I say nosy?
There's nothing else to do in here.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do in hospital, nothing.
That's what I'm worried about at home. Nothing's being done.
That's where you're wrong. It's all been boxed off.
Yeah, we've got a Rosa.
What's that for? Who goes out with the chips?
No, I'm doing the bathroom, Damon's doing the kitchen, and my dad and Barry do the rest.
And they're all cleaning their own rooms.
And we all take turns at the cooking and the washing up. Sean or Amy will have to be reserved.
Who's Sean or Amy?
Your future brother or sister.
Hello again, Mr. Grant.
Hello, Doctor. Better circumstances than last night, eh?
Much better. Would you mind if I took your husband away for a moment or two?
No, not at all.
Won't be a minute, Queen.
Good week's rest.
Well, I'll try, love, but they have you up at 6 o'clock.
Still, you get more rest than at home. And don't worry, I'll keep an eye on things.
Good.
Brought Linda to see you, Mum.
Hello. Oh, thanks. Come sit down.
Hey, do you think you'll mind the three of us being here?
No, they're not bothered. Chocolate.
Mr. Grant, your wife is 16 weeks pregnant, and bleeding at this stage is fairly unusual.
Yeah, but she said like that the bleeding stopped now.
Well, that's all well and good, but that isn't the problem. You see, your wife is due to have an amniocentesis test. It's routine at 16 weeks to test for any signs of possible abnormality in the baby. But because of the bleeding, if she has the test now, it does increase the chances of a miscarriage.
Well, what do you think, then?
We can delay the test for up to 3 weeks, but that would make for a late abortion if it were necessary.
An abortion?
If the amniocentesis test shows signs of abnormality, well, it must be a consideration for you both.
What, if she has this test, then there's a chance that could bring on a miscarriage?
In her condition, it could increase the chances, yes.
And yet, if she doesn't have the test, then there's a chance that, well, we won't know if there's anything wrong with the baby.
That's it, Mr. Grant.
Well, what would you do?
I'm afraid that's a decision you've got to make yourself. I can't decide for you.
Well, how soon have you got to know, Doctor?
Soon. Look, think it over, and I'll be in the office where we talked last night.
Just a minute. She is going to be all right, though, isn't she?
Oh, yes, I would think so.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm glad they got all things sorted out.
I better get a quick divorce in QA so they can bet Edna Cross that they're not married.
What?
Yeah, do you hear about the bet?
What bet?
Edna bet Marie a fiver that they get married. She won, like.
Hey, come on, you three. Let's have 5 minutes on my own, eh?
Oh, all right.
Hey, are we all right to give Linda a lift home? Certainly if you wait outside.
OK, see you, Mum.
Thanks for coming. See you soon.
The kids don't know what's hit them, do they?
He did say everything would be all right, didn't he?
Yeah. There's just one problem, love. Well, they wanted to have this test on you, but because you were bleeding so much, if they do the test now, it could cause a miscarriage, you know? If they don't do the test, there's anything wrong with you.